$15,000 of silver as well. All right, I just hit live. We are live, and so thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Paul, and I have a small little humble group called Trading Titans, and we do market analysis every morning. And today we are, it's the day after the great election in the United States. And we're here, and we can see on the charts just how much of an effect it's the nation's decision to allow. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. It's too political. We're going to watch to see how this all plays out as a result of this election. We can see a bunch of green lights already on many of the assets that we hold. And so let's dive into it, shall we? This is going to be a good day. Let's go ahead and bring up the charts, move over, and let's just also make sure that I've got the ability to reach into the screen because we've got lots to talk about. Here we go. Okay. So, silver. Look at that. I was talking the other day about how healthy this retracement was. Well, look at this. What does this mean? This means that in the larger scope of things worldwide, there is more faith in the US dollar now. Faith in, or rather confidence in the valuation of precious metals goes down when the appreciation of the fiat currency goes up. Well, Trump got elected. At least that's what they're showing us. And this is also showing us that people have more faith in the US stock, right? That's what currency is. Currency is literally just another stock within the corporation. And so you can see that the price is dropping quite significantly, even quickly. Let's go to the 15-minute chart here, and you can see just how much it's been dropping. And currently is still very much dropping. A little bit of a bounce here over the last hour or so. But yeah, we are dropping in price significantly. This is not neither good nor bad. It's simply fascinating to see how much people believe that their future is dependent on who sits in that goofy throne. And I've been saying this for a while. Isn't it funny how they believe that a specific ass must sit in that throne in order for their freedoms to be expressed? Isn't that sad? Why wouldn't they be able to be free regardless of who sits in that throne? I thought you guys were a free country and all. Anyway, this price action is awesome because this provides great opportunities for people who recognize that what we're witnessing right here is just a period of time where the US dollar is going to have some more momentum. So I believe that things like the US 30, Dow Jones, right, or the NASDAQ, TSX even, will likely go up for a while because of this renewed faith in the dollar. That's so good for the elites. They love it. They love the fact that this has happened. And I love the fact this has happened because it gives me a greater indication of where the smart money is moving. That's what this tells me. Let's look at gold. Same thing. Big, huge drop. Because this is what happens. This is what happens when people start realizing, oh, wait a second. Now that the fiat is going to be in a better position, so I can move this, these cumbersome contracts with gold and get rid of them for a while because, yeah, the dollar is going up. Silly people. But that being said, as you can see, this drop here has gone beautifully into this little range here. This retracement range had a lot of activity. And so now that price coming back and bouncing off of this is good. This is good. It may continue to drop, even come down and find some support, maybe at the 2500 level. That would be quite all right. That's a good spot. You can see actually for a while at 2500 provided quite a bit of resistance. So that 2500 level would be a nice deep retracement to give us support for continuing moving onwards, especially after this phase, shall we say, as season 3 of the Great Reset turns forward. Of course, led by our fearless leader. Yeah. So here we have the Toronto Stock Exchange up a little bit here today. You can see that it's been nice. You know, we had that dip right before the election. What was that, Friday? Yeah. Oh no, it was Thursday last week. So now we've actually got some, movement coming back up. Now it's pretty weak movement in my mind. It's only 0.54% up right now. And that's likely because there's a big difference when they see that they're economically, they have someone more right-leaning coming into power. They're going to be a little bit more, they're going to be more likely to invest within that nation. And so with Canada, it's not up nearly as much because that money that is going into fiat is not going into nations that are losers. And Canada is a really big loser in this game. And so, yeah, that's why we're not seeing the same as we are seeing. Oh, look at that! How fast did that happen? Literally, as the election results came in. As you can see, all day yesterday, the Dow Jones was so insecure. It literally moved enough, like very little. Look at this range. This range literally occurred within 0.27% of itself. Indecision. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Let's wait to see how the show ends. And then poof, results start coming in. 5:30. Of course. And as soon as those results came in, it was already showing, like, I remember looking at it within the first 15 minutes, and Trump was already, 68, 69% of the vote. So of course it went up, even though the markets were closed. They were closed, keep in mind, during this time. Look at how they traded. And already today, forming new high, of course, because it's Trump. Trump got in. So now the markets are saved. This is not printing at all. Nah, this isn't printing. This is faith in the president of the animal farm. Bitcoin. Look at that. Also creating a new high. Oh, look at that. There's your 2024 election. And let's see, when did the results come in? They started coming in yesterday, Tuesday, in the evening. Right in here. There we go. So there's our mark. 69,283 is when the counts started coming in, and ever since then it has been doing very well. In fact, right now we can actually start using a little bit of this. I'm not always sold on this being how you should measure where things are going, but it can give you a pretty good idea. So right now we have a great big movement from 69,000 all the way up to 75,000. So Bitcoin literally went up overnight 8%. 8.64% overnight because of the election results. Great job, guys. Great job. Well, what does this mean for a target? Well, this impulse has already a retracement that has gone 61.8. So this retracement here is sufficient for another movement, another bullish movement. Right now, it looks like we're just consolidating. Who knows why? Really, it's too short of a time frame to know. But this retracement is sufficient. Now, where does that take us? Well, let's just change this here. So the next level is way up here, the 79,100. So I would expect to see some resistance coming up to this point here. What does that look like? Well, right now, as you can see, we're here. I think that we're going to get over top of this all-time high, find some support, and then extend to this level here. That, I believe, is going to be our next target. 78-ish. This one is labeled 79. And that's just simply taking this measurement, seeing the retracement, and then extending it to the next level, which is 1.618 times the impulse that we just experienced. Okay, getting into some technical analysis here. I don't want people to get too attached to how this plays out with, and whether or not this technical analysis is accurate. I'm simply showing you some of the market movements and what we can expect to see as things progress. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, all that good stuff. Ethereum. Oh, look at Ethereum. Also, let's go back to the daily chart here. Whee! Okay, Ethereum. Nice big impulse came out of the gate there. First thing. Beautiful. Yeah. There we are. Up 9% already today. So it's actually outperforming Bitcoin, as a matter of fact, these movements, this first day back at the show with the new president. So this is still interesting, though, because we are not really getting up higher than here. Now, again, it was early to tell. It's only day one. Relax. I believe that we will see a pulse up, possibly test this 2,800 level, get a retracement back to where we are right now, possibly to test get up here. It likely will come back to test this trend line before finding its next movement up. Simply because, and the reason I'm saying this is because we have not created any new highs here. Bitcoin, I need to look at it differently because we just formed another new high, right? So this new high makes it where we can measure and get some idea of where things are going. Ethereum hasn't created new highs, not for a while. And so we look at it differently. The strategy here is to see where is that next resistance going to be and then start buying the dip. That's going to, and obviously that's what we do everywhere, but the situation is different. We aren't creating new highs here. Not yet. But you can see, nice big movement today. 8.91% right now. ADA also up from where it started. Your position that you just got, be interesting to see what kind of percentages you're getting right there. Because you bought on Monday, wasn't it? 2 days ago? I think. If I remember correctly, yeah, you got it on Monday. And so right now you are likely up, 7-8% from Monday. All cryptos really are looking really good. XRP had a nice movement coming back up to the line, the lower end of this channel. And next, it's going to be interesting to see what happens today. I would like to see something close above the midway point of this pivot zone here. This pivot zone is really important. It's really quite crucial. It's played a significant role in price action for a long time. So I would like to see this price action get up above kind of what my squiggly line talks about here. In fact, you know what? Let's just go ahead and grab my squiggly line and move it over, because that's basically what I'm looking for. Looking for it to get up over top, find some support with this middle line before it takes off and goes up. Now we'll see what happens over the next couple of days. Again, I think we're going to see some major momentum here this week. And I think that tomorrow is actually going to be crazy. Something just is boiling my blood, giving me the spidey senses that something incredibly huge will be happening tomorrow, like as in existential. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so this is Polygon. Polygon has definitely rallied from that position that we were talking about yesterday, this low at 29 cents. Already up to 32 cents for a 7.62 increase since the announcement of who it is that will be on the throne for the next little while. We've got, this position here. I'm targeted for 75 cents on this trade. And coming back from this deep retracement is very encouraging to see because soon I'll be breaking even. Solana is well off to a good start. In fact, outperforming a lot of the other chains right at the moment. There's some more altcoins that we'll talk about here soon. But this is a really good indication that we have a bunch of the memes are gonna be performing well, because this particular ecosystem seems to like making those communities. So we can see that after this impulse here, that retracement, remember I was talking about these impulses, and when we see a nice healthy retracement, we can get an idea where it's headed next. Well, this position that we're at right now may provide some resistance because it has done that in the past. But given the velocity that we have and given the timeline that we're on, I would say that over the next couple of days, we'll see this leg get up over top of this support at 185 and then continue on. My next target that I see that providing some resistance will be around the $215 level. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that here. So I think we're going to see something like that coming back to find support where we are right now. TRX. Very conservative movements, unlike the other ones. This is encouraging. I like to see stability. I don't like it when I see prices just whiplashing all over the place because something was said in the media. Personally, I like things to have a little bit more consistency, and Tron is not disappointing me. Look at how well, even like since September, since the beginning of September, this has done so well at maintaining a tight channel right here. Now we're up 10% over the last couple of months and up only 2% right now. But it's beautiful. In fact, it's so nice. I'm going to go ahead and add some lines here so we can see the full channel. There we go. So now we see the channel. And we'll just watch this as it goes. Like, what else can we do? This is just beautiful. And again, remember, this is also logarithmic. So this is actually a curving line when it comes to being in scale. Beautiful. Injective token, huge movement, 18%, up 18% since the announcement of who won. And that's simply because people are less hesitant to put their money into something that they know is going to go somewhere. They know this is going to go up. Why? Because Trump has been talking about it for the last 2 months, how he wants to use Bitcoin in his his economic plan to save the nation. So great news for cryptos. Injective token is definitely up. I don't like to see really big movements happen super fast and then make a decision off of those. But we also know that when it comes to technical analysis, it really should only be used, like I'm really good at this stuff, but really it shouldn't be used in instances of high volatility. And I think that we're headed into high volatility over the next little while. I'm simply showing the technical analysis to help people find entries. And right now, this is at a really good entry point. This level here, this pivot point is crucial for the price structure going forward. And as we, as this unfolds, we're going to see just how much was actually placed here. If this price goes up and maybe comes back down, we might see a little bit more time before more investment comes into projects like this, especially as more people are going to be jumping into, you know, like the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, so XRP, Modic. Those ones there are all going to be the first ones to go up at great rates consistently over the next couple of weeks. Here we're seeing this influx simply because people are, you know, it's the people who are paying attention that know what's going on. This is the smart money coming into play, and the volume goes up, price goes up simply because the bids are going up. More and more people are coming on board. So this is really, when it comes down to it, this isn't so much about technical analysis. Good for finding your entry location so you can maximize your profits, but don't get too concerned about this. Really what you're wanting to do is place you want to put your positions where the liquidity will be going. Okay, it's kind of like in hockey. You know, Wayne Gretzky said, you know, you need to go where the puck is going. Don't go where the puck is. You need to go where the puck is going. Same idea. We know where the markets are going. We know where the liquidity is going. We know where the focus is for the next 6 months. Going to be AI. This here is a great time to place your liquidity so that you can appreciate those gains as we get back to these all-time highs and beyond. Injective token is a great place to start. Nice little testing grounds, because it's not a gaming coin. It's not an AI coin. It's a coin that is building liquidity for an infrastructure that allows for interoperability between all the coins. So really good asset. 3 protocol. We've been talking about this for over a week on how much it's whiplashing back and forth. Doing it again. It is currently up 16% from the open. And that 16%, that's nice. Except it also went down before it went up 10%. So let's zoom in here so we can see how this played out. Look at this. So Friday the 1st, here we go, 15 minutes. Let's go Tuesday right here, yeah. So the results came in around here, price dropped, and then it went up. So we had a drop of 12% before going up 25% from its low today. So the 16% that we see is just from the opening of the day. The range of the day, the true range, was considerably higher. Wow, amazing. Oops. What just happened? Yeah, there we go. Back to 3. So, yeah, more whiplash happening. Still not forming newer highs. Still lows are getting lower. We are seeing, though, that on the daily, the lows are starting to stabilize. But with all the whiplash, there's no real telling where that low is. On Woo, major movement, 12% up since the opening of the day. That's really encouraging to see. We're now back into this channel, and so I believe that we'll find some support, possibly off of that 50-day average, and then move its way following likely either the orange squiggly line, because it's a altcoin, orange squiggly line. If it follows the pink line without any resistance, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, but right now you can see that this is a great entry. Overall, like if we take a look at this overall, look at how low you are getting this. You are only, what is this? You are only 92% up from the all-time low. All right, so good position, especially in this space, especially when you consider that this is supposed to go up past $1. Even to the all-time high right now is approximately, oh, that is that one. Yeah, we are basically at my first entry point. So between here and that all-time high is about 400%. Very, very nice. Very, very nice to see that's going to happen over the next couple, probably 2-3 months. Bit tensor, a nice big movement, again, following suit with the stock market. Again, this is encouraging to see. We've got that over the 25 or over the $500 mark now, and so I believe that we'll find some support likely at this level. If not, it might shoot up into this pivot zone and find support at the bottom of that before headed back up to its all-time high of 786, 789. Desync, one of the top performers of the day with an 18% rise from the start of the day. But what's interesting is that even from the start of the day, there was actually a full range of 31% growth. And it's retraced since that time, finding, looks like we might find some support at this middle line of this pivot point. So still really good entry. Obviously, you can see tons of consolidation happening within this range. That's very good to see. Means that we are accumulating volume, ready for that big impulse coming back to its all-time high. 0 by 0, a little bit more conservative of a movement than the other ecosystems, likely just because it's more of a, it's not as well known as within the circles. 0 by 0, you kind of have to dig a little bit to find it and what it's doing. And so yeah, they're more reliant on the influencers of crypto, what's called crypto Twitter, in order to gain more activity for the time being. Their marketing is great and all that stuff, but they are relying on a lot of the influencers, the people who've been trading for a while, who can recognize these opportunities. They're relying on them more so than anything. And so we're going to see some smaller movements from these kinds of projects for the meantime, until of course everybody gets onboarded here before Christmas, likely. Everybody, I say, a bunch of people. ARC, again, great movements here, 10% up from the opening of the day. And yeah, but you know what? It's interesting. Still not finding movement over top of this resistance here at 2 cents. This 2 cent mark is pretty significant for it here over the last little while. In fact, even going up to 2.2 cents, it had to pull back and get back underneath that 2 cent mark because it's just not quite ready yet. It's just not quite ready yet. And that's all right, which means it's on sale. It's here, ready for you. ARC. Link, nice big movement, 12% up from the opening yesterday. This one here, yep, looks like we're up above that middle point here. It'll be interesting to see whether or not, let's go to the 4-hour chart here. Oh, look at what's in the last 4 hours here. It's gone up 13% and then retraced back down 4%. So this one here, great news that it's actually formed a higher that's higher than this one and breaking out of this long-term trend line. Very encouraging to see. Now it's going to be a matter of whether or not it can maintain this position. I think that it will likely retrace and find support off of this long-term trend line. Yeah, but we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. 01 Labs, almost forming a new high already today, but definitely showing some strength coming up out of this pivot zone. And so, yeah, again, it's great, another great opportunity. This one I think is kind of unsung. I'm not in it right now, but I'm watching because I want to see it get a good movement up and then a retracement. That way I know that we've got that room to move. When it's forming all-time highs, brand new project like this, I would like to see a little bit more price action. This is nice here. This was nice here, and the opportunity is still really good. This retracement that occurred here would have been a great one to grab. But didn't really start looking at this project until it was in this area here and then forming new highs. So I would like to see nice big strong movement, retracing back, possibly even testing this pivot zone. That way I see, yes, we've got what's necessary to move forward and get the most out of my trade. Bar, nice little movement, little pump up there, you can see. That's great to see. It means that there is that potential. This is probably just a bunch of people, doing the quick pump and dump. You know, it's not a terminal pump and dump. This is more so, hey, let's see what this thing can do here over there. So I'm going to put some money in it and then sell it. And that's exactly what happened. Saw some quick scalps going on. Let's go into the 15-minute chart here. You can see, so this would have been a great, beautiful, look at this, how much movement this was. 38%, 36% in a period of 15 minutes. And then it dropped within that 15 minutes as well. And if I zoom into a 5-minute chart, we'd see this more graduated, but I'm not going to bother. This movement, people are scalping. And so they're making their quick profit and then selling it back again. As the price comes down back to its average, they're probably rebuying and accumulating more. Sundog even went down further. This one here is going to take a while, I think, to recover. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a meme anyways. But you can see that we found some support here at the 9.6 cent level. As the ecosystem gets its influx of liquidity, we'll see some of these other ones bounce back. Bonk is definitely up. It's got a little bit more momentum as a meme community, and but it wasn't able to get outside of that pennant yet. So we've still got some more time. Still a good entry point, obviously, for getting that all-time high. Even from here to there, let's go see here. From here to the all-time high is 125%. So we'll be watching that come out. And on to NPC, probably the top performing meme coin that is out there right now. Definitely showing some strength today, up 15%. And even more so than that, because yesterday, even yesterday, it's up 28% from the price point that we saw yesterday at market analysis. So yeah, I'd like to see it close above this pivot zone and even form a new high, retrace back, come back to this pivot zone to find support. That'll give it the momentum it needs to go up further. But again, I'm just helping you find entry points. Go for it. If you want to play around with some meme coins, this one definitely, I think, has the greatest potential for short-term gains over the next couple weeks. Bonk, same thing. Sundog might take a little bit might take this one a little bit longer to recover. But other than that, thanks everybody. This is, it's just a fascinating game to watch, isn't it? That all-time high starting to pull back a little bit off of the US 30.
Can you add Doge? Gala?
Oh yeah, let's add, here's actually, I've got Gala and Doge right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and put them into the order. There's Gala, I'll put that.
And did you do XRP?
I did hit XRP, yeah. It got a small movement with a 2% growth. We got to get back into this channel. We're still below that trend channel right now. So this one was actually, out of all of them, one of the smaller ones. ARC was fairly small as well, but XRP, out of the main coins, out of the layer 1 coins, is actually the least performing. Other than TRX, but that's not even really. Tron's another network. Yeah. Well, anyway. And then Doge. Doge did very well. Up 13% right now. And even actually reached a top of 29% growth within this day. Has retraced back. That just means it's finding some support as we watch the high volume traders just make their quick scalps. So yeah, Doge is up 13%. You're doing really well. You're doing really well. Let's put Doge right there above Solana. Okay, and then, oh, this is IMX. This is another asset that I'm watching. Very good price point right now. This one here is gaming, another gaming coin. So I'm going to put this up with FAR and Gala. And yeah, it's bounced off of its support here at about $1.05. It looks like $1.02. The low was $1.02. Yeah. So it's found some support there and moving up. This low being so much lower than these lows here, and then even this previous low, may indicate a continued downtrend. But again, you're still getting it at a good spot. This is about mid-range within its full spectrum. Its high, all-time high is, what is that? All-time high is 369. Yep. 429 is the all-time high. So just double check that. Get it right on there. Yeah, 467. Sorry, 467 is the all-time high. So where we are right now at $1.16, that provides some nice movement. That's a good little pulse going up to the all-time high with the 300% growth. IMX though, it's likely to reach $10 within this cycle. So very good prospect there. Thank you for reminding me about the other assets that we added yesterday.
Did you show Gala? Sorry.
Yeah, let's go to Gala. Come on, there we go. Gala on the lower end of its price action. In fact, it's at the opening price at the moment where it first got registered in 2021, September. We are at that price point right now. So you're getting it basically at entry prices today, 1.9 cents US. This one is supposed to be $1 as well, but this is going further into the future. Probably might not be this cycle, might be the next run that we see after the AI bubble, and then video gaming will probably take over. Yeah, this cycle, this super cycle here is going to be more AI. The next super cycle, I think, is going to be gaming. And Gala will do very well, probably come back to its all-time high. Oh, look at that, all-time high is already 86 cents. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. This could very well do it. And if it does go to $1 from where we are right now, that's 4,800%. So 48x your money. That's pretty good. Great news. That's it for market analysis for today. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. We'll check in with you tomorrow.